Guys, I've got great news for you today. If you are thinking of migrating out of your home country and the UK, the US, Canada has been proving really difficult for you, I'm sure you will find this video very beneficial because guess what? I'm talking about migrating to Ireland today, and it is something that you can achieve if you meet all of the requirements. So don't go anywhere because I know you will find value from this content. Migrating to Ireland is very easy. It is something that you can achieve, and it is a permit that allows you to go with your family, so you can go with your dependent. You do not need to have a sponsorship like how it is in the UK, as long as you are able to get a job offer. So I will be talking about the requirements, the eligibility criteria for these permits, and as a bonus, I will be giving you some job sites at the end of this video to enable you start the application process swiftly and smoothly. So watch it to the end so that you don't miss any part of the information you will get today. So Ireland is facing labor shortage, and so there are massive vacancies to be filled up. The permit that we are going to be talking about in today's video is called the Critical Skills Employment Permit. Bear it in mind that there are various permit options that one can use in migrating to Ireland, but in today's video we are going to be talking about the Critical Skills Employment Permit. This permit has been designed to attract highly skilled individuals into the labor market. Like I said, there is massive shortage in the labor market. For this permit, it has been made to attract people because first off, the people applying for this permit, the employers do not need to do something called a labor market test. So usually when someone gets a job, or for an employer to recruit someone to Ireland, they need to pass the labor market test to show that this vacancy cannot be filled by someone else in Ireland. But if someone has the Critical Skills Employment Permit, it gives them the advantage, the upper hand, and they do not need to pass the labor market test. Secondly, you can migrate with your family. So there is something called a reunification with family, and so you have the option of going with your dependent. Thirdly, you are on your way to achieving permanent residency. So it is a perk that a lot of people are going for. So this is something that you would want to consider, and this is something that you can easily achieve in this year 2024. So guys, I'm going to be talking about the criteria for eligibility for this permit. First off, you need to get a job, or your role, what you studied, the job that you are getting has to be on the critical skills shortage list. It means that you have to go through that list. There are quite a number. There is IT, engineering, nurses, project managers, quite a number of jobs on that list. I will leave it in the description box, so do have a look and ensure that you scroll through everything because you might miss one thing or the other. So have a look properly. So you need to ensure that the job that you are going for is on that list. Secondly, you need to get a job offer, and that job offer has to be more than 2 years. So it shouldn't be less than 2 years. It has to be more than 2 years. Bear it in mind that you do not necessarily have to be with that employer for the whole 2 years, but minimum duration of time that you can be with that employer is 12 months. So if for any reason you move over to Ireland and you probably say you want to change your job, you have to be with the employer for 12 months first before considering leaving the employer. If you decide to leave the employer, there is something else you can consider doing to ensure that you do not have to renew the Critical Skills Employment Permits. The next criteria is for you to get a job with a minimum annual salary of 38,000 euros and the job has to be from the critical skills occupation list. So if for any reason you get a job outside of the critical skills occupation list, then the minimum annual salary has to be 64,000, and you need to ensure that it is not part of the ineligible occupation skills. For the criteria that you have to meet, you need to ensure that you have the qualifications, you have the skills, you have the experience. It's not just about saying, oh, this job looks interesting, oh, it is something that I can do, so I will apply for it. No, that's not it. You need to ensure that you have the qualifications, you went to school, you studied, that you have the skills, you have the experience, then you can go ahead to pursue this route. By the time you have had a look, you've gone through the critical skills occupation list and you see that you meet all the criteria, you have gotten a job, then you can go on to apply for the critical skills employment permit. Now, this is something that you do online. You do not need an agent to do it for you. You can do it by yourself. So this is something that you would do by going to the employment permit online system and fill the details yourself. Ensure that you go through it properly, read every details and fill everything that you need to fill. When you do that, you will then pay a fee of 1,000 euros. Now, this is something that the employer can pay for you, or you can pay for it yourself. So this is you saying, okay, I'm going to sponsor myself. I'm going to take myself to Ireland without having to wait for anybody to do that. Most times, if the employer needs to do that, it would cause a bit of a delay because the financial burden is on them and they probably would not want to consider you. But if you make mention to them during the course of the interview that you were happy to pay this 1,000 euros yourself, then that's an advantage for you. Now, let me tell you something. If for any reason the application is unsuccessful, guess what? You can have a refund back. It's not like how it is with other countries that you apply for something and it is unsuccessful and you don't get your money back. In this situation, you will get your money back. Not 100%, but you will get 90% of the money refunded to you, which is good. So whatever the decision is, whatever the conclusion of your application is, if for any reason it is not successful, you will get 90% of your money back, which is an advantage, which is a bonus. So I think you should give this a go. If you have been finding value so far from this content that you are watching, I would encourage you to smash on the subscribe button, to like the content, and to share it to friends and family. And for those just seeing my face for the first time, my name is Mercy. You are absolutely welcome to the channel. The bonus that I said I was going to give you from the beginning of this video, I said I was going to talk about some job sites that you can find these jobs from. So number one, you have got irishjobs.ie, you have got jobs.ie, you have got Indeed. So you can also find jobs on Indeed, and then you have got irishjobs.ie. I will leave the links to all of these job boards in the description box, so do well to have a look. Also ensure that you review your CV. If you need to give your CV to a professional to go through it for you and to revamp your CV, please do, so that when you have a great CV, you will be able to get the job that you are applying for. So ensure that you do this. Update your CVs. Do not leave the CV the same way that it was when you were applying for jobs 2 years ago. So ensure that you update your CV, and good luck with the process. I'm rooting for you, and I will see you in the next time. Thank you so much for getting to the end of today's video. I remain Mercy, and until the next time I see you, you keep being amazing and have a wonderful day.